Do you want me to be drunk and like tell you all my secrets? Like, were you trying to riz me up here or something? I'll pay for your drink if you want, big boy. I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you, professor. You'll see like a dick print sometimes. But
Really? Hello, who am I here with?
my name is Hamza.
What year are you in?
I am a visiting student here, so I'm a fakie, just walking around, doing my little thing.
Where are you visiting from?
I'm visiting from Williams College up in Massachusetts. Go Eefs, diseased cows.
Diseased cows.
Yeah. Well, like if you look at the mascot, it like doesn't. It looks like a very like mangled cow that like got put through like the meat grinder already.
Oh, wow. What do you study?
I am studying archaeology and anthropology, and then I'm also taking some seminars in geography. If you put that all together, that makes one big unemployed major. I'm really excited for the postgraduate opportunities that I have.
And what do you want to do after uni?
I'm doing some like computational like landscape analysis. I do like a lot of like I'm doing some cultural heritage research here while I'm doing it, so it's been really cool. I've been working through the geography department to do like some like cultural heritage management stuff and everything. That's like what the combination is allowing me to do is like, oh, I like studying people, and also I like doing like modeling stuff in software. So I get to combine all of that into like heritage like management stuff. So
Give me a fun fact about either archaeology, anthropology, or geography. Or give me a fun fact about all three.
I think for archaeology, there's something funny. So if you go to like Egypt, for example, right, and you're looking at a lot of these like tombs and like sarcophagus, sometimes you'll see some graffiti from like 1,000 years after from like Roman visitors, like Roman tourists, right?
Like Caesar was here.
You'll see like a dick print sometimes. But
Really?
yeah, you'll see that a lot.
Wait, as in they drew a dick or they pressed their own penis?
I haven't seen the impressed dicks on it.
fine.
I've seen a drawn one. I'm still looking for the other one though.
Love to hear that. That's a tradition as old as time. Your friend goes away and you like draw a dick on their homework, or
Right.
like your friend dies and you draw a dick on their tomb.
Yeah, and also you'll see a lot of like reviews for like this tourist place was awful, never come here again. You won't see 5 stars, but basically it's like 3 stars, like terrible place, never come here again. They have a bunch of like Roman names like signed under it sometimes, which is funny. But that's still like archaeological evidence, so it's really interesting seeing like these places were old even back then.
What's a fun geography fact?
Oh, yeah. So in Central Asia, because of like the post-Soviet like nation building and stuff, what you'll see is a lot of like weird little like territories in each other's countries. Tajikistan, for example, as I'm sure many of you know, has like a bunch of like smaller little like enclaves in the other countries, and they have to like show their passport when they go in. And there's like an enclave in an enclave in an enclave within some of the countries, so it's like kind of hard to like get through sometimes. We don't have that in the U.S. I think the only thing in the U.S. that we have a lot of like Native American like reservations everywhere, and they run their own governments. They're nations, but they're not countries, obviously. It's very boring in the U.S. It's very like everyone like does the same thing. Like there's like cultural differences, but there's not like language differences that you have here in Europe.
Speaking of like the US and geography, there's a cliche in the UK that Americans just don't know geography at all.
Is it South Africa?
Nope.
We have the country of Asia.
Nope. That's a continent, and
Oh,
that's
oops.
Russia.
Oh, damn.
They'll think that Paris is the capital of Europe or something. They'll think that Europe is just one big country, that kind of thing. And they just don't understand that there are other places other than the United States.
Right.
What do you think of this stereotype?
So the reason why you see a lot of Americans doing that is because America is just huge, right?
Yeah.
And like you have so much going on all at once in the U.S. Like it's as big as Europe and it has a bigger population. So
Have a bigger population than Europe?
yeah, I think Europe has around 200 million in total.
No, it must be more than that. Because the UK has about 70 million, Germany has around the same, France isn't far off.
You can fact check
at the
me.
very least-
But yeah, because a lot of people spend their whole lives in there. And also like the television stations, we don't have the same television station as you guys. And like a lot of it just has to do with what's going on in the US. And there's so much going on in each region. So like a lot of people are just like, oh, I only care about what's going on in here. And like with Europe and stuff. Some people know about like British politics and stuff, but outside of that, it's a little harder. I will argue, however, that in cities, like big metropolitan areas and stuff, people know their geography. Like people are very well educated. People know what they're talking about. I think sometimes a lot of interviewers like to pick on like a few little regions here and there. Like, oh, look at the dumb American.
Can you name any country in Europe?
Is this one Europe?
No.
This one?
No.
I think they think of Europe as like one big place because they see America as one big place. So they're like, oh, it must be the same thing over there but no, like it's like smaller little nations inside of like this one big thing. And I think also because like people talk about the EU a lot. So I think they're like, oh, like the capital of the European Union
Yeah,
sometimes.
sure,
So,
sure.
but yeah, there are dumb Americans, obviously. I'm not going to deny that. I met a few myself, me included. I think
So to hammer the point home, what's the capital of Portugal?
Lisbon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got my
Nice.
shit down.
What's been the biggest culture shock coming to the UK?
You guys drink a lot. Like a lot. Like, it's so weird sitting next to your professor and like, oh, like, have a pint. Do you want me to be drunk and like tell you all my secrets? Like, were you trying to rizz me up here or something? Where do you like, oh, I'll pay for your drink if you want, big boy. I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you, professor.
Oh, yes.
There is a big drinking culture. I don't drink, but there is a big drinking culture here.
Yeah, I'm sure the drinking culture is a little bit similar in other places, but they offer you a lot of alcohol if you want.
What college are you at?
I'm at Exeter College for the
Okay.
year.
How are you finding Exeter so far?
The library is still being renovated. I was so sad because I came here and you can only like go to the dining hall and the chapel.
But it is a very nice chapel.
It's a very nice chapel. You can go see inside and
And
stuff.
you've got the lovely Fellows Gardens.
Hey, you can't go into the gardens
Why
either
not?
because it's being renovated because the library is there too. So I haven't been anywhere. So like Exeter's been such a flop recently. I have been to Christchurch. Like I went with Christchurch with my mom. It was so pretty. Like you can go everywhere, and I showed her like the little Harry Potter stairs and everything.
How have you found Oxford so far? What's been the most surprising thing?
Like I was warned a lot that like people, like the professors here were very formal. You have to go through like certain like communication channels and stuff. I found that not necessarily to be true in comparison. So I have some friends over at Harvard and stuff, and in comparison, everyone seems way more informal. Like I have a question about this, or like, oh, I want to be involved in this. Everyone just really is so interested in about what they do and what subjects that they're in that they, if you like are interested in it, like you can do whatever you want here essentially. That's not my experience at Harvard. So you have to apply for everything. There's like formal application processes to get in the clubs, like most clubs. Like here, you just join a society, a rock climbing society, sheep shearing society. In the US, for like a lot of top US universities, it's so competitive. Sometimes it's actually harder to get into the clubs than it is to get into like the actual school. But yeah, it's been great because like everyone's like, oh, if you're just like really passionate about something, you can do it. Just have the relevant experience and you're good to go. I will say this though, because everything's running still off of like a medieval feudal system here with all the colleges, sometimes there's like weird degrees of like, oh, like this college can do this, but you can't do this here, and you have to bow a certain way at this college. You have to like walk sideways in order to get in here. It's cool. Like that's the whole Oxford experience. That's why you're here. But it's just like funny because you don't know if you're gonna get in trouble for something if you like do something
Yeah,
wrong.
of course. Anything else you want to say?
Go and yeah, just go away. Don't come here. There's too many tourists here. I'm tired of bumping into people. Let me get into the libraries.
Lovely to interview you.
Okay.
And let me give you some chocolate.
Okay.